200 một cặp, 200 một cặp. Bỏ bưng vô quẹo lộ luôn. 200 một cặp, sổ cả bánh cuối luôn.
Ever noticed how Saigon softens when the rush fades into a whisper, and we find ourselves in the beauty of the slow? Saigon is a city that never stops moving, a place of endless traffic, restless streets, and days that rush past before you even notice. But once a year, something quietly changes. For a little while, the city softens. Its pace slows, its noise fades, and it seems to breathe a little deeper. That moment is dead. And in Saigon, that begins with the smallest, gentlest things. It begins with the flower markets, yellow apricot blossoms, chrysanthemums, and marigolds glowing in the soft sunlight. People bring flowers home not just to decorate, but because it makes death feel closer than ever. Long ago, in Old Gia Dinh, when rivers and canals were the lifeblood of the city, that in Saigon looked like what locals call trên, dưới, thuyền, with markets along the riverbanks and boats crowding the water below. After the 23rd day of lunar month, boats filled with fruit would gather along the docks, while flower markets spilled along the riverbanks in long streams of color, as if the water itself had joined the celebration. As that drew near, Bình Đông Wharf would come alive with kumquat trees, apricot blossoms, and bowls stacked with fruit. The market stayed open late into the night. People carried, loaded, and wheeled plants through crowded streets. It was busy, yes, but filled with a quiet warmth, as everyone prepared something special for their family's New Year. Many things have changed. The old charcoal bowls and red mat bowls are gone now. But each year, the spirit of that market returns at Bình Đông Wharf, bright with the feelings of spring. In the days just before that, downtown District 1 started to feel a little different. Around Benton Market, flowers line the streets, festive decorations start to appear, and the holiday mood quietly settles into every corner. People head down to enjoy the last days of the year, walking around, taking photos, soaking in the atmosphere. Áo dài, spring's blossoms, and easy smile all come together in the kind of energy that feels unmistakably Saigon at that time. It's a moment when the city is still moving, but somehow gentler, when you can feel that spring is right around the corner. Nguyễn Huệ Flower Street began as a simple seasonal market, where blossoms from the Mekong Delta and Đà Lạt would gather each Tết. Over time, it has become something more, a living memory woven into the heart of Saigon.
Năm nào thì tôi cũng đi đường qua Nguyễn Huệ hết. Năm nay thì 5 con ngựa tượng trưng cho ngựa. Thành ra tất cả mọi người chưa có mở cửa nữa thì cũng đứng chờ xếp hàng đang chờ mở cửa đang vô chụp hình.
Each year, the street transformed with new themes, layers of color, and carefully crafted scenes that feels almost dreamlike. People come not only to admire the flower or take photos in flowing áo dài, but to step into a space where that feels close enough to touch. For those far from home, sometimes a single image of Flower Street is enough to make the heart ache softly, like hearing a familiar voice whisper, "Spring is here." Among the crowds out, enjoying the holiday, there's also a quieter moment when people pause to ask for a calligraphy lesson for the new year. In Saigon, you find calligraphers sitting under the eaves of the Youth Cultural House, along streets already bright with flowers. From about the 25th day of the lunar month to a few days after Tết, people line up for words like Phúc, Lộc, An, and Tâm. Each stroke of red ink is more than decoration. It carries a wish for peace, health, and hope in the year ahead. In the rush of city life, this small ritual slows people down, giving them space to listen to themselves and set a quiet hope for the years to come. When people leave the city to return home for Tết, Saigon grows unusually quiet. Streets once packed with traffic suddenly feel wide and open. Shops close early, and the late afternoon sun stretches across peaceful corners of the city. In that stillness, Saigon seems to slip into a different mood, calmer, gentler, more at ease. The city slows down, as if taking a deep breath with the spring air. In those rare moments, people have time to sit back, breathe deeper, and notice the things a busy year make them forget. A quiet street, a soft light at the end of the day, or simply the comfort of being close to family. That's why Tết in Saigon isn't only about festivals or crowded places. It's also a pause, a quiet moment to look back on the years that's gone by. At its heart, Tết in Saigon is about coming home. Coming home to family, to memories, to the familiar things that have quietly shaped us over the years. Whether we're still here in the city or far away, we all carry a place in our hearts we long for. And that is when the place feels closer than ever. In the middle of a life that keeps changing every day, Tết remains the time when Saigon feels its gentlest, most beautiful, and closest to the heart. When the streets grow quieter and people open up, we begin to see the city differently, not just as a place we pass through, but as a place we love, remember, and return to. Saigon Remix, Past, Present, Future, where the stories of Saigon are told through memory, emotion, and cinema.